been a while.
Do you know what? It's summertime. We said this. Summertime, everyone's chill. I was in Paris, you were in Italy. We're living the life. We're marketeers.
Exactly. You know? And also, people are just kind of like, I feel like even the podcasts I listen to, I have like 10-minute windows to listen to them.
Yeah.
Because I try to listen to podcasts while I'm working, but then I'm just like, I get too caught up in the podcast and I'm like, I actually need to like write content. So I need to like put on music.
Yeah, as we said, this is just a check-in episode.
Absolutely.
Just checking in, seeing the headlines, see what you're doing, how you all doing.
How are you getting on? Hey.
It's so hot.
It's quite
hot.
It's quite warm. It's quite warm. It's a different heat in Ireland, isn't it?
Yeah, but you have to question, how does a heat like this affect business? As in like local restaurants and bars. Yes, if you have a smoking area, a big outdoor area, you're laughing.
Yeah.
But like in Ireland on Monday coming, it's going to be 32 degrees.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Cancels all meetings for Monday.
32 degrees. Like no one's going to a coffee shop that day. No one's going to...
But they might though, to get an iced coffee.
But see,
or a
like,
lemonade.
pure example is my mom now in Killarney. She has a cafe and she was asking, she goes, what would I do on Monday? And she was asking about staff. I was like, look, put 4 staff on and see how we get on. You can just and put it into the message. Say, look, one might get called in if we're busy. But I don't think people are out shopping on that kind of weather. They're not potting around. They're not.
But you'd be surprised.
I've talked to about 4 or 5 bar owners and a few restaurant owners who are friends of mine.
City centre based?
Dead.
City centre? No. Oh.
2 in Dublin and a few then around here. Just been dead. It's just been
and they're not based in the city. They're based outside.
One is based in the city and a few based like scattered around the place and stuff, different counties and stuff.
Okay.
But it's been, every single one of them said, it's fine. We're tipping away.
And these are people who don't have like outdoor seating.
No. Well, some do, some don't. It's just business has been, it's been tempered. Like, but just everyone away, everyone's travelling, everyone's going off on holidays, and
even though we have a slew of tourists. Interesting.
Yeah. It's just I that's why I was wondering about the heat. It's interesting, isn't it?
It is. Like, I think for me, if I had a day off, I suppose you would be heading to the beach, wouldn't you? Or you'd be going somewhere.
I would, but to be fair, I do go to the beach a lot.
Yeah, like I live right on a beach, so.
But it's kind of a different experience for us because we live so close. It's a walk on the beach. You're not going paddling, and you're not sitting on the sand, and you're not waiting there a few hours.
If you see the amount of cars that go to the beach when the weather's nice, I don't go near the place. I have a secret beach.
Nice.
It's a secret locals beach where, like, when we see new people coming in, we're like, hey,
get out of here.
Get out of here. But yeah, there's just so many people. You're like, hey, I'm just going to wait until everybody leaves.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, maybe it is just more of a when it is good weather, we look to like either sit in our own back gardens. It's so funny because I work with a couple of companies that sell outdoor furniture all around the country, and it's like you do all these sales in the lead up to summer and you're like, get your garden ready, upgrade your garden for the summer. Now it's time to be thinking about your garden. And it's like sales are tipping away. And then the one day you get hot weather, it's like people are like egg chairs, outdoor seating, parasols, and it's like your sales
but you know what,
go up the walls for those days.
I was watching a thing that this guy was literally like that. He says, look, with the inventory, like he says, you'd always have 30 days of inventory on hand for those kind of booms.
Yeah.
Like if you don't react fast enough, you'll suffer like massively.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have those egg chairs ready to go, those 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 egg chairs ready to go somewhere.
Oh my God. And it takes one influencer or it takes one TikTok and then you have to get on it. Like egg chairs, for example, last year were like gold dust.
They're the hanging ones.
The hanging ones.
The cushion
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
So
super comfy.
There was like a couple of influencers talking about them last year, and then it was like they were gold dust and then they were gone. And then anybody who just happened to get a second stock in, they were the lucky ones because they could see the trend coming and then they order. So like it's hard to know because even like parasols this year, they're so popular, but last year they were so much more popular. Now people want sets. They want the garden sets. They want the all-in-one.
They're building over the years. They're building a proper garden for themselves.
Yeah,
like
there is kind of trends that come and go, but like that, it's like when you need it, we don't really pre-plan as consumers, and I think the younger people get, the less they pre-plan. So that's why when you need something, you buy it the day you need it. It's like when it's like all of these gigs and concerts that are happening everywhere now. There was like torrential rain that was forecasted, and then everyone just bought ponchos at the venue because they were like, oh shit, it's actually quite heavy rain, and then instantly buying the poncho at the event because they didn't plan ahead.
Yeah. But even saying that, like, I bought my ticket for Simply Red the day of Simply Red. It was just a last minute thing. My brother goes, do you want to go? I was like, oh yeah. It's just, again, maybe this is a COVID ripple.
I
that
don't
we're just
know.
afraid to kind of plan ahead or something.
I think people in general, and I'm including myself in this too, like, I think we like to think we're organised. But then, like, think about when you go on holidays and you, like, pack your suitcase, you get all the bits, you might online shop for your bits beforehand, and then you get there and you're like, shit, I don't have, like, this one thing. Like, for me, when I was going to Dubrovnik, I forgot, like, a day-to-day bag to throw all your stuff into. And I had to buy one there.
Yeah.
And then, like, when I got to Italy, there was something else I needed. Oh, it was a higher factor sun cream for Paul. Sal's Paul. But, like, you know, you kind of, or like that, where you might have kind of packed one or two things and then you're like, I really should have gotten a sun hat, but I'll just buy it there.
Yeah.
You know, it's just things where you just know. I think it's maybe because we know that once you have Revolut or once you have money, you're kind of sorted. So
that's it. If I go on holidays now and if we're not putting a bag underneath the plane, I won't bring any toiletries. I'll go to the shop on the day and buy the toothpaste, buy the deodorant. There's no need.
Yeah.
And just throw it out of the week because, like...
Yeah, it's even interesting because, like, even thinking about, like, the drinking culture that we have. Like, if you're going to a friend's house for a couple of drinks, usually you might, you know, do your food shop and be like, oh, I'll grab, like, the couple of bits I need and I'll have them chilling. Whereas now it's a case of, like, I'll just stop in the off license on the way to their house, or I'll just, like, hopefully find something that's chilled when I get there. It's this kind of, like, in the moment buying.
It's kind of impulse buying.
It's impulse buying, exactly. And it's kind of just the trend that I feel like is sticking.
But I think that's been kind of kicking off pre-COVID. Like, impulse buying was a big thing.
It's a generational thing, though. It's 100% is. Like, I'm thinking about, like, my parents. They don't really impulse buy.
No.
They have everything. Like, even thinking about the winter, like, they've the oil bought for the winter. They've all the, like, the timber and all the stuff. And they're like, we know what we need, so we don't need to impulse buy all of these things. Like, they still go shopping, like, on a recreational day, and they might pick up one or two bits, but they won't be like us, where we go to, like, 10 shops in one day and then we spent, like, €300. And it's such a generational thing. It's great for people who, you know, might own something that's in demand vis-a-vis an egg chair. But it's very hard then for, like, shops and retailers to predict the trend, to predict, like, there will be days people will get a notion and all of a sudden, you know, White Claw will sell out because everybody is on TikTok drinking White Claw. All that generation's like, oh, let's go drinking a bag of cans today at the beach or outdoors or in the garden. Let's just get that, and now White Claw sold out. But, like, did the off-license predict that? Maybe not. Did they order enough? Probably not.
That's exactly it.
It's mad.
Yeah. I said the most adult thing probably I've ever said that in the last week or so. I bought a parasol for the back garden. Nice big one for White to play out in the sun. And I was like, that's a nice parasol, and I'll put that in the shed for winter now because I don't want to get it ruined. And I was like, what the hell is wrong with me?
Every night I will close it so it doesn't get destroyed.
I do. Every night I close it.
You need to, because it will rust. But yes.
It's such a
but that's it. And that's it. I think that, like...
Do you hear my rasp? My COVID.
Jay got COVID again. Dum.
Ages ago. Well, last week.
Yeah. He's out of the woods. He's out of isolation, though, thank God. Touch wood. Touching that wood. I hope everybody listening to this is safe and sound.
Can you imagine having COVID? Like, the nicest weather possible last week.
Yeah.
I'm just inside. The kids can't go out because they're at risk as well, because they could be carriers. The four of us cooped. Now, to be fair, I have binged Frasier. And it's...
Interesting comfort watch.
Bro.
It's so funny though, isn't it?
My God. As an adult, I am enjoying it so much.
Yeah.
I got the Paramount Plus and I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
Oh, you have so much. What are you?
I don't though. I spend like €40 a month on TV services. Everything.
This is what
I have everything. I actually have everything.
Do you have?
I have Sky. I have Disney. Sky is my mom's goal. €6 a month. I
Okay,
sent or
grand,
whatever at the
fair.
start of the year. I have Netflix. So Sky, Amazon, Disney, Paramount, Netflix. It's 5, isn't it? And YouTube.
You said that
and Apple TV.
Oh my God.
So yeah, including YouTube, that's 7. But we do use it. We jumped from, like, we just finished The Boys, which was on Amazon. Then we started Yellowstone, which is on Paramount.
Have you watched Obi-Wan yet?
Finished it. Like,
haven't started it yet. Want to watch
good.
it. Heard very good things.
Not incredible. Not up there with Mando.
Interesting.
Did you like The Mandalorian?
No.
You might like this, so. It's good. I love you, McGregor. Hello there.
I love him so much. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, we're a marketing podcast.
Sorry. Well, it's like general chit chat. We haven't even talked about marketing yet, have we? Oh, we have. We have with the retailers and all the bits.
Drips and drabs. I have a few headlines here for now.
Yeah.
Let's start with Elon being sued. So Twitter are now suing Elon because he is trying to back out of this deal. They want to sue him for the $44 billion. But you made a very good point before this. If they do bring him to court, they have to show figures and they have to show numbers of bots. And
he even tweeted a meme using himself.
Yeah.
So it was like, basically, he wanted to see how many active users were bots on Twitter before he bought the platform, before he took over, and they wouldn't release that information to him. And then because of that, he was like, well, if they're not going to show me this, what else are they hiding? And then he was like, well, then I'm backing out. And then they're like, well, no, you signed or whatever. I don't know if he signed the bottom line, but he basically, it was pretty much set in stone. And then he's like, yeah, that's fine. Take me to court. And then you'll legally have to tell me exactly how many bots are on your platform, because in a court of law, that needs to be revealed now because they're taking him to court. He actually made it went viral, his tweet on Twitter went viral, shitting on Twitter.
It's interesting, isn't it?
It's just
they can't stop that. They can't.
It's literally like Inception, because I'm gonna try and find it there, because it's like a meme of him. You know the meme where he's sitting and then he's laughing.
Yeah.
It's a meme he created of himself about Twitter that he posted on Twitter. It's yeah. But no, it's just it's even at that, would he want to?
I have it here.
Yeah, with his
130,000 retweets.
Yeah.
So good.
He just doesn't care, does he?
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't
And what's
care.
interesting is I was watching Iron Man 2 with Wyatt the last day, and he's in it. He's a little cameo where he has no hair, he's bald before his implants and stuff. Yeah.
I just think he just doesn't care. He has a lot of money, so I think he can do stuff like that, but
what worse comes to worse, he does a settlement deal.
He's hardly going to take over Twitter now after all that.
Yeah. He will, and get rid of the board if he does.
Or what's he going to do to Twitter? Because I just feel like he just doesn't care enough. Yeah. Oh yeah, that one where they said I couldn't buy Twitter, then they wouldn't disclose bot info. Yeah. Now they want to force me to buy Twitter in court. Now they have to disclose bot info in court.
Wait and see as it unfolds. I have a few things here. Instagram launches initial test for the new creator marketplace. Have you seen that? Instagram. Yeah.
They're really trying to push the subscription. They're really trying to push creators. It's a creators platform.
The creator economy.
It is basically a creators platform right now.
Yeah, so now it's been developed for some time. Twitter has initially launched, initially launched the test for the creator marketplace, where basically businesses can go in what's it called in the back end? What's it called? The business suite.
Yeah.
They can literally go to this spot and then type in location, male, female, state, or whatever gender you are,
Yeah.
County, country, whatever it is, and it will show you a list of who it is and if they've interacted with your brand before and stuff.
Do you find that you're getting a lot of, because remember before we were saying that you're seeing a lot of ads. Are you still seeing a lot of ads?
I haven't noticed, to be honest. I'm probably not.
Yeah. Just because obviously a lot of people are pushing creator content and creators, and then there's still a lot of advertising. But I find that this increase in frequency of advertising, and you might even find actually if you're doing any retargeting campaigns that your frequency is slightly increased. And that's because the number of daily active users on Facebook and Instagram has dropped. So you will see that increase in frequency, because instead of now having
Do you know what it is? Is it?
Maybe.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's the
building site.
Is it the building site?
It's fine. Try it on again. It's fine. I'll cut this out 16 minutes. Sorry, yeah. So daily active users have dropped, you said.
So daily active users, the number has dropped.
Yeah.
So with that, because there's less people online, obviously there's still millions of people online, but you will see an increase in ads being shown to you because there's less people there.
Yeah.
So it's like it has to show it to people in the demographic. So it's just an interesting one that like businesses are obviously like sales at this kind of moment in time are slightly down anyway because it's summer, people are out, people are enjoying themselves. But I just find that like I have noticed an increase in my frequency for ads, even just as in, so frequency for anybody who doesn't really do ads manager that much or do ads, frequency is the number of times the same person has seen your ad. So you get that number when you do ads on Facebook and Instagram, and you see the physical number as your ad is running. And obviously if you're doing retargeting, you could have maybe 20,000 people that you're retargeting. But if only 5,000 of those people are online that week, they might see your ad
several times
more and more times because there's less active users. So it's just kind of giving people a heads up about that to keep an eye on frequency. Because obviously if somebody sees something beyond a certain amount of time, they're going to be like, stop showing this to me. It's not relevant. And then you want to stop showing it to them.
I'm calling someone out, Fernhill, stop showing me goddamn ads. Bro, in fucking Waterford, in a hotel, I am being bombarded with Fernhill ads.
An ad for the hotel?
I haven't been there since my buddy's wedding 4 years ago or 3 years ago. Like, what the hell? Like, bombarded, like.
There's, isn't there a...
Fernhill manager listening. Yes.
Oh, wow, we're calling them out here,
I'm not calling them out,
Imagine
but
if I
they
was like,
can't do anything.
I run the ads for them.
They can't do anything, obviously. But is there any way on my end to stop seeing
You
that
can, like, right corner tap it and say, I don't want to see this anymore.
It's on my TV. So I'd have to do it on here, and when an ad comes up, then do it, is it?
It's on your TV.
YouTube. It's Google Ads.
Oh, YouTube. You could try.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I just keep every night. Jules like, oh my god, like in every ad break we're seeing a Fernhill ad, like.
Yeah.
And it's a terrible ad. It's a slideshow.
God, imagine. Oh.
It's not even a slideshow. It's one of those what do they call the Ken something where they just pictures slide in, fade in and out and stuff over each. It's a Canva ad, like it's fine, like but it is what it is, like. But come on, man.
Oh, they might be listening.
But
Maybe
and if they are, hit
ads.
me up. I'll happily help you.
I know, but that's the thing. It's just the increase in frequency. Like I'm all for retargeting people and following them around the internet using programmatic display and paid social, but there's a limit. There's a limit.
Well, the fact I did nothing at the start. I didn't go to Fernhill's website. I didn't book a hotel recently.
How long ago did you say the wedding was?
18? No, it's not. It was 19.
So like 3 years ago?
Yeah.
But still, like if it's Google based, your location services are on, so they know what you did last summer. Like
they know what you did 6 summers ago.
Yeah.
You touched on subscription basis. Snapchat officially launches Snapchat Plus, which is subscription.
Every channel is moving to subscription. I think it's because people see the benefit that Patreon has as a general platform for people who want additional content from content creators, from comedians, from musicians, from everything. And I just feel like if you're a creator that's more dominant on one platform versus the other, I think that every platform will now make sure they have a subscription based space so that they don't lose a creator to another platform for that reason.
Yeah.
So Snapchat has a lot of people, like influencers in just Snapchat that have a huge following who probably don't have that opportunity at the moment. Maybe they're running a Patreon and they're like, come on Snapchat. And now they have that opportunity to stay on platform. And then obviously Snapchat have the opportunity to make money off that as well. So,
do Snapchat get a kickback? They probably would have there.
Oh, but I'd
100%.
say you'd have to have some sort of transaction fee. It's the same with anything.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to have some sort of a transaction fee in order to, like we'll say, if you get X amount of, same with Patreon, it's like if you get X amount from Patreon, they'll take like, if it's like €5 a month, they'll probably take 50 cents.
Yeah. But what stops this turning into an OnlyFans scenario?
Oh, there'll definitely be, it's the same.
Like nudity and
the same stuff that they have on Snapchat. Like obviously when you're a public stories person, like there is sort of regulation there, even though I think there's still a lot of that going on with, we'll say, the OnlyFans world on Snapchat. But I don't know.
Instagram Notes. We're talking about Instagram a lot again because they have so many
They always
updates.
do. Shock.
Instagram Notes. Have you seen this?
No.
It's a shelf in the IG Direct, so it literally sits at the top of your notes. So like, you go to your inbox. If I have a note put up saying "so busy today," it's going to show at the top of your inbox. See it? And that makes you want to interact with me, saying, "Oh, hey, hope all whatever it is," or it'll be very annoying, I'd say. So you'll have all this people, and then if you get spam artists doing it, your inbox it's a shelf at the top of your inbox.
So it looks like a question box,
but at the top of your inbox in notes. Yeah.
I have not seen that.
Even this article is calling it an abomination. Don't do it, they're saying. Where you can add post status updates or whatever you wish to be shared with your connection. So no, please don't. Check it out.
Yeah, make it stop.
Yeah, Instagram Notes.
Stop.
Do Google it yourself and have a look, but it's not worth it, I don't think.
I don't know, will they bring that in? They have enough going on as it is, like.
Yeah.
So with TikTok, they, like, everyone's saying it's a big change to the algorithm. It's really not. But they're basically, with their new update, they're testing specific words to block content from you seeing them anymore.
Yeah.
So now I get it, because you know the way
it's like muting on Twitter, is it? Muting separate like words.
Kind
or
of,
names.
yeah. It's basically saying like, I don't want, if anybody's talking about Elon Musk,
Elon Musk,
I don't want to see content to do with it. Now, obviously, it's like caption based, and so like caption based and captions based. So, and I would assume some sort of visual AI is in there as well, because sometimes people don't say words, some people don't write words, but they show certain things. But there is certain buzzwords that they also use for certain things too, so I'm assuming TikTok are gonna get on that. Anyway, they're currently testing it, so they're basically saying that there are certain words that people can choose that, you know, related to certain topics that they want to hide from their For You page or even from their following. So if like that, you don't want to see anything about Trump, as you said, that you can type that in and it won't show it to you anymore. And they're saying that this is a huge change to the algorithm because it might affect content creators going forward, even if they say something that's not, like, for example, I have like profanity filters on a lot of clients' content. So if somebody comments and it's like a negative comment, like I have profanities and I have certain words that I have blocked from people commenting and DMing. So because of that, even if someone says, I fucking love that shirt, it's still not going to show because they're using a negative word but in a positive way.
Now, is that where you're notified and you can approve it, or it's just stricken from the record straight away?
No, you see all the hidden comments.
Okay.
But at the same time, you're not going to, like, if it's a bigger account, you're not going to see all of that. So it's a little bit, I don't know, it's a bit frustrating at times, because it's like you want to, it's even with like, sorry, I'm saying like 4 million things at one time. I just had a coffee. But it's kind of like if you completely restrict, then you're kind of saying, okay, don't say this word, don't try not to say this word. But then if you say this word, but you don't mean it a certain way, and then your reach goes down. It's very, like, I feel like they're going to have to, because like I know there's certain topics that I would put in there straight away that I wouldn't want to see. But then there's, you know, then if somebody I like just happens to say, well, I'm not going to talk about that topic today because it's all over the news feed, then I'm not going to see that content, even though they're not directly speaking about it. So I don't know how they're going to go around that. Probably not. They're just going to block it completely, probably. But I even find like that negative word. So when you do like a social media kind of an audit and a tracking, you can track based on how people feel about your brand, positively or negatively. And when you do that, the negative word, like the same thing, when people say, I fucking love that,
it's stricken.
It's just, it's putting your brand in the negative tracker. It's so annoying.
Not much happening else on TikTok, is there? It's kind of just, but are you finding they're all meshing together? Are you finding they're all the same?
Well,
or do you still find a divide between Reels and TikTok?
Oh no, TikTok is like basically Reels is TikTok, just asleep later.
But even
like.
content wise, are you finding a lot of reposting? Like at the moment, for me, it's meshing all together. There's nothing standing. Like about 6 months to a year to a year and a half ago,
There was a divide.
Instagram, there was definitely a divide. There was like TikTok was my go-to, where I just kind of let loose and spend whatever time. Instagram was kind of work and interest and this kind of. I don't know.
Yeah.
To me, it's all meshed together, and there's no difference between anything. Have you found that at all?
I think because there's a lot of exclusivity now with Reels, that content creators who exclusively create for Reels now are kind of changing that massive difference. So if something is trending now, I still do find though, if something is trending on TikTok now, it'll be trending on Reels in September.
Yeah.
I'm even hearing
Sounds,
on Reels sounds that are like, oh my God,
last
lockdown.
Yeah.
Like
I'm here
March
too.
2020, March
I'm
2020.
Because I looked in to see when was it posted. Like yesterday, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, oh, I can't believe that sound is coming back. So yeah, like.
I saw your post about Brock Johnson. It's interesting.
Okay, he's like a big creator.
So, yeah.
Just about Reels.
So Brock Johnson owns InstaHub, is it?
Kind of, yeah.
Something like that, but he co-owns it with his mom, and he's an educator and teaches people how to do Reels properly, and grew massively. And
yeah, his whole brand is Instagram Reels, basically. And he grew. See, this is the thing. A lot of people who blew up over lockdown are
trying to monetize.
Trying to say, this is how you grow the way I grow, or I grew. But if you grew in situations, like anybody who grew in lockdown can't teach people how to grow the way they did because they grew because of lockdown. Like, yes, you can absolutely grow with Reels. Yes, you can absolutely go viral. But when you consistently go viral because millions and millions and millions more people are online, because millions and millions and millions of people have nothing else to do, your content is going to blow up. So you can't say what happened to me will happen to you, because that level of virality doesn't exist anymore, and it will not exist anymore until another pandemic. So I think, number one, that kind of bugs me, because people think if I do exactly as this man says, I will be Brock Johnson in a year. Like, no. But I think the way that he, like, I saw a couple, like, some of his content I completely agree with, but then others I'm like, do not take this for fact, because he's that kind of person who just literally, like, vomits content constantly.
Like 6 times a day puts a reel up.
Because his job is Instagram Reels. So he's going to post 6 or 7 reels a day and then tell people that's what they should do for their business, even though their business could be like selling mugs. Post reels 6 times a day and you'll sell loads of mugs. That is absolute shite. Like, it's shite. So he kind of has this methodology of quantity over quality. And like, yes, you blew up over lockdown, fantastic. Yes, you understand content creation and like trending things, fantastic. But be in business for 10 years selling actual products and being and understanding customers, and then tell me it's quantity over quality, because it's really wrong. Like, because you could have somebody who's struggling to sell, and then they're like, no, I'm going to put all my energy into creating reels, and then they create 6 reels a day every single day, and then they forget about their actual customers, they forget about brand loyalty, they forget about the fundamentals, and they just focus on trending reels, nothing else, and that's all they put their energy into. And then they're like, yes, you could get lucky and something can go viral, fantastic. Yes, you could get lucky and a content creator could be like, oh, I love this brand, viral, fantastic. But it's a luck of the draw. So it's not something you put all your eggs into. And that's what I don't like about his channel sometimes, is that it gives this false sense of, do this and everything will work for you.
This is it. You see all these guys like, here's how you earn €5,000 a month. Oh, fuck off. And you're like, no. I love the TikToks of the guys watching going, okay, how do I do it? And they're kind of ripping it apart. But it's like, that to me is spam content. Yeah. Utterly spam content. Go to this website and just sign up. Yeah. And you'll make 100,000 a year. And then I actually looked into one of them. I was like, so I have to sign up to a website that's going to cost me €500. It was a voiceover website. Yeah. And then I have to submit audio tapes of my voice and other stuff. But it was like, this guy made a TikTok. It went viral somewhat because he had hundreds of thousands of likes on it. It's like, this is trash. Like,
but this is the thing. So like, yes, reels have a place. Yes, if you put your focus on creating content and reels they work for your business and your brand, then there is that opportunity to reach new audiences. But that's not saying create like hundreds of reels every week and neglect everything else.
Yeah.
And that's
but
your solution.
Even if you do that and you are like, firstly, reels should be there to complement your business. They should be there to enhance your business, but never to be your business.
No.
And you know, of all people, the conversion rate through from a reel to an actual shopping cart to an actual purchase is slim to none. Well, not slim to none. It all depends on the campaign and the product and whatever it is, but it's fucking tough and it's expensive.
It is, and that's the thing. It's like, just, you know, don't lose your fundamentals is what I'm trying to say. And like that, it's the same with people coming online and going, I drank this tea 3 times a day, a week, 3 times a day for 6 weeks, and now I lost 4 stone. And then people who are looking at them who are like, oh, I need to lose 4 stone, that must be how I do it, because that person lost all that weight by just drinking that tea. It's the same mentality you can apply to these guys who are like, I posted 14 reels every day and now because you posted reels about Instagram, promoting Instagram on Instagram. So the algorithm's like, I love you. Thank you for telling people to be on here all the time. Here's all your
I'm sure he's
virality.
He gets paid by them for doing the creator
but that's
stuff.
what I mean. And then he teaches reels. So like, it makes sense for him from a business point of view to do that, because he's selling, like, of course he's going to be successful because people are going to want to learn how to do reels from him, but then they are going to be creating reels but not about educating people about reels. So they're like, I'm not getting the same virality as him. Anyway, I could go on for a long time
and
about
the trend
him.
I'm seeing at the moment, and I'm not liking it, is I've seen 2 things kind of shook me. One was, I don't know if you saw it, this woman was in hospital and her baby was in a thing in front of her, slowly dying. Basically, she was saying that the baby needs whatever it is, I can't remember the disease he had and stuff, but she was dancing while telling this story, and like, she had a fucking thing in her hand and she was like doing all these moves, and like the baby was there kind of in the front of the shot. He had some disease and he needs a new heart, but she's doing all this kind of stuff, and she goes, I'm depressed off my head, like all this stuff. I'm like, what is happening? Like, obviously all the comments were like, people deal with this in different ways, don't be mad at her, she's just dealing with it. And then another one I saw was a defense attorney yesterday. I saw to Jules, I was like, is this one real? And I looked at it, she's a proper defense attorney, and she was doing a dance in her office about things her clients have said to her. Like, I was like, but you're a defense attorney, like, there's a line. There's a line for different professions.
There's a line.
But then professions, but even that scenario, there's definitely a line where you shouldn't be dancing.
I blame the VHI ad.
Oh my God, it's like
the
that.
dancing nurse.
But she was this one, and she was doing dancing, like all this stuff. I was like, what is going on? Why is this defense attorney dancing?
Yeah, now I do like sometimes when, like, the fact that these challenges and the fact that this, like, TikTok universe that we all live in now, has broken down the barriers of untouchable to relatable.
Yeah.
But then, as you said, like, I don't want, if I have a defense attorney that is going to get me out of jail for like something I didn't do, then I don't want to see them dancing on TikTok. I'm like, hey.
Well, the funny thing was, most of the comments were, can I hit you up after I'm out of prison?
Oh,
so I'm like, clearly she's not a very good defense attorney.
See, this is the thing. It's like, there is a line. There absolutely is a line. Like, there's certain clients I work with that wouldn't go next or near that type of content creation, and I would never suggest it to them either, because I'm like,
doesn't suit it.
There's a line, like.
I discovered a few weeks back that you can now schedule your TikToks.
Yeah, you can
automatically publish. Yeah, no, it's a lot of people shouted in there that. So later.com are offering automatics, so you literally plan and schedule your TikTok videos, and they automatically publish.
And reels.
Reels not yet.
Yeah, you can now with Later Media.
And
they actually schedule your reel
and automatically post.
Yeah.
Boom skis.
Mm-hmm.
We should try and get an affiliate link with them or something.
Maybe. Even though I feel like I probably said they were really expensive before.
I think they are.
I think I actually did give out about them before, because
they got back to us.
There is packages. There's packages that are a lot more money if you have more clients.
Okay.
But they said that you can schedule content for shopping posts.
That's right.
And then you actually couldn't.
It was a notification that you had to post. basically. But I think they got back to us on that on TikTok.
Yeah, they said we're working on it.
Yeah. That was nice of them.
Sound. It's like sponsor us, but
I'll reach
also.
I'll reach out. I'll talk to them. Have you watched Stranger Things?
Not yet. I have so many things I haven't
Eddie
watched
Munson.
that I have not watched, and then I fall back into watching stuff I'm comfortable with.
Yeah, to be fair, no, it's too nice to be watching TV and stuff. I watch it.
I choose murders over all that.
Wow.
I know.
Murder.
I just watch true crime, too much true crime, and then
Then do you not freak out at night time then?
I don't. There's a cut-off point in the day.
Like coffee.
It goes
I can't have my
murders.
murders after 4.
Murders in the daytime, and then comedy at night.
Fluffy, nice comedy.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure, lady. 36
Yeah.
minutes. Super fun.
Thanks everybody for listening, and we hope that you're enjoying your summer.
I think we're gonna maybe a week or two we'll talk back. We'll touch base.
We'll keep it
Keep
tipping
it
away.
light. Yeah,
Tipping away.
We won't do weekly at the moment because it's just summertime and heat and everything, and everyone's busy.
Everyone's on holidays and enjoying themselves. Imagine if people are listening to us right now and they're like in their garden sunning themselves and having like a nice beverage,
Nice iced beverage, a nice iced lemon iced tea.
Yeah.
Damn.
Ooh. Nice. Whatever you're doing, we hope you're enjoying it
Yes.
responsibly.
If you are listening, please give a review, like us, subscribe, all that stuff. If you're watching, hit that like button on YouTube and subscribe to the page because it does help massively. Thank you so much. We appreciate your love.
Thanks everybody. Bye.